Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.
What's good? Back in the building, man. Back in the building. Another day. Another day. Y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And go to www.com. What? OG Hollywood Speaks. Because you have to have the drive to even put up with this out here. So on the back end, you got to be a savage. Ain't no other way you can go through life without being a savage and having the drive, right? But like I said, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to my boy, CEO Hockley. Shout out to CEO Hockley, man. Still putting down what he been putting down, right? Day ones mean a lot if you got them. If you got them. So shout out to my boy before I get started, right? Well, man, you know, sometime in life, man, you got to give a ball, a strike, right? And I've been doing that forever. That's why I am Mr. 110. Because I'm going to keep it 110 all the way across the board every day, all day. It don't matter if you like it or not. I'm going to keep it 110 every day, all day. And that's facts. But what I want to say today is this. Somebody asked me a while back, right? And I always tell people, you know what? I let the game take care of itself. What do I mean by that? I got my own lane. And when you got your own lane, you stay in it. That means you cut from a different cloth. And the cloth I'm cut from, it don't cross over, right? In other words, just because you see somebody else doing something, that don't mean you do it. Because for one, when you catch a person saying, I'm doing this for that, 9 out of 10, that's a lie. I had to take a water break on that one. 9 out of 10, that's a lie. And the truth ain't in you, right? Where you going with this, Wood? This is where I'm going with it, right? Now, somebody asked me, man, why you don't give what you got to the kids? What I got ain't for nobody. What I've been through ain't for nobody. Why do I say that? Because if you can't straighten your own life out, what do I look like trying to implicate my complicated past? Because there's a lot of men couldn't walk in my shoes. There's a lot of men couldn't walk in my shoes. There's a lot of men could not have made it back to this side. It's a lot of men that are not making it now. And that's real. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it 110 all the way across the board. I will lie for you before I lie to you. And that's honest. Notice I put my left hand up. I put my left hand up. And that's real. But anyway, man, I just thought I'd bring that to the forefront, man. And y'all already know I'm gonna be humorous about a lot of things I do, man. Why? Because I really want to see people make it, man. But in real time, people have to want to make it on their own. Nothing I say or nothing I do will help you cross the finish line if you don't want to cross the finish line, right? And a lot of men in life will say this: I do what I do for the kids. I've heard that a lot of times, man. I've heard that a lot of times. Give back to the kids, give back to the kids. When in fact, people do things in life to stroke their own ego. Remember what I said. People do things in life to stroke their own ego. Y'all can add the rest to it. But I will say this, man, that the kids that are being raised in today's time are some different kids. They cut from a whole nother different cloth. A whole nother different cloth. Gifted on one hand and cursed on the other hand. And that don't mean all of them. But some of them have put the Tonka toy down and picked up what? The 223. The grown folks drugs. They bypassed the social drugs. They picked up the grown folks drugs. Only to do what grown people do. But they don't know it's consequences and repercussions for everything you do in life. And it might not happen to you today, but it'll happen to you later on in life. It was a man once told me this, and this is real as I can put it. Whatever you do in your everyday life will affect your future. Real talk. If you do anything in your everyday life, whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's going to affect your future. Now, I know some of y'all always say, well, I ain't promised tomorrow. Well, you damn sure not promised tomorrow if you're not moving right. You got that right. You got it right. So for those people I'm not talking to, I'm talking to the people that care. If you don't care, tap out. Go ahead and tap out. Tap out. In other words, exit stage left, man. I'm talking to the people that care. I'm talking to the people that understand where I'm coming from. Those are the people I'm trying to reach. I'm not trying to reach the ones that don't care. And there's a lot of them. So I understand. That's why I tell people my story ain't gonna help you. The time I did ain't gonna help you. That's why I don't tell it like that. That's why I don't pretend like I'm doing nothing for the kids. I'm not doing nothing for the kids. You know why? Because it started at home. And I understand some kids ain't got no home. Some kids ain't got no home. But it starts at home. What do you mean by that? You got to do what you got to do to enable the kids to have a home. But that's another story for another day, right? But the reason why I'm here, man, is I want to let y'all listen to the kids. The kids. This is your everyday kid in 2025. And it might not be your kid, but this is the everyday kid in 2025. Y'all remember hit that like button and that subscribe button, man. And tell me what you think about this particular kid.
All right. All right. Make sure you keep your voice up. So other than getting more tattoos and picking up a new offense, what have you done on probation? All right. He's done nothing on probation. What am I supposed to do with that?
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Henson, we've gone over the TAP evaluation and also the MTR, is that correct?
Yes.
And you've taken responsibility for your actions, correct?
Yes.
You waived indictment and took a plea on the evading, correct?
Yes.
You understand that there were certain conditions that were required of you while on probation, right?
Yes.
At some point, the judge ordered ISF cognitive treatment. Did you complete that?
Yes.
And did you receive any benefit from going to that?
Other than it being like a sanction, not really.
I mean, when you say not really, why was it not a benefit to you?
I wasn't really taking it serious at the time. It was more of like I felt like a punishment, like a sanction. Went from home, and I probably could have made more of it, but I didn't.
And during that period, did you receive any substance treatment in conjunction with it?
No.
When you say you didn't take it serious, can you explain to the court, as we apply for probation and ask for inpatient services for substance treatment, why you would take it serious now?
Yeah, I'm tired of being a disappointment. I want to show my mom that because they're being so supportive of me, I don't want to let them down. I want to do everything right for them instead of thinking about being selfish and thinking about myself.
And you understand only you can treat yourself during this part. It's not up to them, it's up to you, right?
Right.
And that if the judge gives you an opportunity by ordering these services, that she's essentially giving someone else's chance to you. And you telling her that you didn't take it serious the first time is a problem, right?
Right.
What kind of drugs have you used?
Opiates, amphetamines, Annex, weed.
And every single time you've committed offense, have you been under the influence?
Yes, sir.
And have you ever tried to kick these addictions?
Multiple times I've tried, but not wanted to. That makes sense.
Okay. And do you think you would benefit from going inpatient to receive this treatment?
Yes.
And are you motivated to get this treatment?
Yes, I'm motivated.
Name for the record.
Thomas Henson.
All right. Make sure you keep your voice up. So other than getting more
That in order to be successful, though, if the court allows and gives you a structured environment, you're telling the court that you can be successful?
Yes.
What type of work have you done in the past?
Car washes, fast food.
And when's the last time that you were employed?
Probably 2 months prior to July.
That's when it's wrong.
state? Any questions?
All right, listen to this. This is a young drug addict. This is a young drug addict. How can I help him? This is my answer to people when they tell me help the youth. How can I help him when he don't even want to help himself? Listen to this.
No question, but I do have some observations, if you'll allow me.
Yes.
Mr. Acevedo allowed me to speak with Mr. Henson, and in speaking with Mr. Henson, I observed that he expressed more than mere self-pity. over the situation in which he's gotten himself into. He expressed regret for the negative consequences that his actions had on other people, not just the victim in this offense, but also for his family. He did not blame other people for his own actions, and he recognized that his actions are caused, perhaps cause is not the right word, but are an extension of a substance use disorder. I respected his honesty. I don't respect the crimes that he's committed, but I do respect his honesty. And the state's agreement is an effort to thread the needle between holding him accountable for his poor choices and trying to help him get the help that he needs and that he recognizes that he needs. That's all.
All right, what have you done on probation since 2022? Because you were placed on probation September 15th, 2022. I placed you on 4 years deferred adjudication. There were cases that were taken in consideration. I ordered 240 hours of community service restitution. Have you, and I said I would waive that if you obtain your GED. Have you obtained your GED? So since 2022, have you worked on obtaining your GED? I'm sorry.
No, ma'am.
All right. I ordered that you provide proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care or with minors. Did you provide proof of employment with probation?
To a certain amount of time until I lost my job.
All right. You didn't lose your job. You quit or you were fired. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So were you fired or did you quit?
I stopped showing up.
He stopped showing up. We don't even have to guess why he stopped showing up. We don't even have to guess why he stopped showing up. But these are the kids in 2025 right here.
All right. So don't make it seem as though you were doing your job and somehow magically you lost your job. That was not the case. You decided to get high, like the rap song says, you know, I was going to get my GED, but I decided to get high. You need to listen to that rap song because everything they were supposed to do, they didn't do because they wanted to get high. So the anger control course, anger aggression control course, did you take that?
No, no.
All right. I ordered you to do that. You haven't done that since 2022. There was a 10 p.m. curfew I ordered. So did you abide by your curfew?
No.
All right. You're supposed to reside with your grandparents. Did you up and leave your grandparents and not reside with them any longer? All right. You were not supposed to have any contact with your stepfather. Did you have contact with him?
Come on, man.
Did you have contact with your stepfather?
Yeah.
All right. So why are you telling me no?
Well, it wasn't like I was every day, you know what I mean?
And when you had contact with him, did you cause confusion and destruction of property?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's supposed to be regular UAs for people to test you for drugs. Did you do that? All right. You were supposed to regularly report by Zoom or in person. Did you do that?
No.
All right. So then what ends up happening? There was a hearing said it was supposed to be contested. And between those two cases, we had compliance hearings where I've asked him if he had any issues. And then October 23rd, 2023, there's a new number 1 and you pled true. And the state waived other violations. I denied the motion and I altered amended conditions to have no contact with the complainant. In 2023, after I told you were not to have contact with the complainant, did you continue to have contact?
Yes.
All right. And did you cause destruction of property?
Yes.
All right. So then I ordered state ISF. And the reason why state ISF cognitive was ordered, because obviously there was something wrong with his thought processes.
Yeah.
Did you take advantage and learn anything from that?
No, ma'am.
Right. Then I wanted to do GPS. And I gave him partial for work until further notice, and he was to reside at his grandmother's home. Did you reside at your grandmother's home? And then we come back because this is where the drug use comes in, because he came in and he tested positive for marijuana. So on April 11th, I ordered 90 sober meetings in 90 days, and this probation was to do testing and test you for levels. Did you do those 90 sober meetings?
They didn't.
Did you do even one?
No.
Right. And did you allow probation to test you? Okay. And then we came back on August 22nd, 2024, because the state was going to complete with the speak the complainant. And then on September 12th, there was a plea to a violation of condition number 1. So what we're here for is, why should I even continue him on probation? Why shouldn't he go to prison? It appears that he doesn't want to do anything. It appears to the court that you don't want to be on probation. You
That's
rather get high. You rather cause devastation and destruction with your parents, because you haven't done anything on probation other than get new tattoos. And some of those appear to be gang tattoos. That's all you've done.
gang.
So other than get gang tattoos and get your face tatted, which I tell people, unless you're moving towards a specific occupation, you really shouldn't be doing the face tattoos, because it makes it hard for employment. So other than the gang tattoos and the piercings and the dollar sign, which you're not working, so I don't know if that's an aspiration or gang stuff. So other than the gang tattoos and the more piercings, what have you done that would make me think you would be successful on probation in this court?
Nothing.
So why should I even give you probation? Because all you've done is cause destruction. The car you were riding in for the evading was a stolen vehicle. That's why they were trying to pull you over. The complainant you were in the passenger you were with, they got out, took off running as you did. So you haven't done anything. All you're coming to me is with your hands open, with the state saying, and your counsel saying, well, I think he's internalized this time. You brought me nothing as a reason for why I should continue you. You had all the opportunity and you've done nothing. And I think probation wants you revoked. And on the aggravated assault, you're looking at 20 years in the prison. And it appears that you want to go to prison because that's what your actions are telling me.
Ain't no doubt.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We can go off the record. So it appears that you want to go to.
This is the part I want y'all to listen to. This is a black woman before as a judge. Out of this whole thing, this is the realest thing that people don't get. This part right here. Even she knows exactly what's gonna happen. Listen to this.
Prison to be passed around for cigarettes or dessert, because that's what's going to happen to you, because you're young and they will think you're attractive at the prison. And I'm just being real with you. You understand? And no matter commissary money that your parents and your grandparents can put on the books for you is going to save you from being passed around at the prison. You understand? And do you understand what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to be passed around for Roman noodle? Because that's what's going to happen. No, I'm dead serious.
Let's see, they start laughing.
And that's what happened at the Bexar County Jail. People will get passed around for dessert. Someone was sentenced to this in this court for murder. And the first thing he did at the Bexar County Jail was go have sex with somebody. Whether it was consensual or not, that case hasn't been brought to me. And I can tell you right now, your grandparents, your mother probably doesn't have enough money to put on your books so you won't be passed around for Roman noodles, cigarettes, oranges, or whatever at the jail. And it appears to the court that that's what you want to happen to you. Doing all these little crazy little tattoos you got here, trying to be Billy Bad with gang tattoos and everything. Do you understand? All right, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to think about this. You can come back in the afternoon.
Real life people, real life stories, man. I can't make this up. This is the reason why I tell y'all. That's a kid that you see, he laughing. He facing 24 years and he started laughing as if it's a game. That's why, hey man, I can't make it up. I just wanted y'all to see that. Most of all, I want y'all to hear that. See, it's a different thing when you hear it and then you see the person actions. Action speaks louder than words, right? Whatever happened to him is on him. Because when you cross over and you think you got it figured out, the best thing for you is prison. Prison helps some people, and it just might help him because he think he got it figured out. Everything she asked him was no. Was no. That's the number one reason why I don't waste my time trying to save the kids. I remember hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. I digress, man.
Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gift, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gift, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.